The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the December 22nd, the marvelous Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email, send it off early, and send that to steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, and you should be, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Marvelous Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. So we begin our day out here with a rally. All the U.S. indices are trading to the upside. Dow up 109.71 for the semis. Oh, that was the transports. Let me get back to the top of my screen. 224 for the Dow, 35 for the S&P, 106 for the NASDAQ, 136 for the Russell, 109 for the transports, 72 for the semis, 112 for the NASDAQ Composite, New York Stock Exchange up 154. Gold is up 81 bucks. Silver's up $1.29. Silver is going to go ahead and complete a TD9 count top today. That should pull back to support. We'll take a look at that. Silver trade out at 68.80. Light sweet crude trade at 57.67, up $1.15. Natural gas is back about 18 cents. We talked about how that is going to complete a TD9 count bottom pattern today out there. I've got Newmont mining on my screen. So gold does not have a topping pattern, at least not just yet. We'll take a look at that. You may recall at the 11 a.m. update out there, it needs a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top. Silver, on the other hand, is going to complete a TD9 count top. So I looked through here, just a quick scan of the other TD9 counts. I've got about the top 8 mining stocks out there. Now, I don't know if they're still in the proper order or not. What I do know is Newmont Mining is the top one. So here's an example of when we're going to find out whether or not well, first of all, let's take a look at Newmont Mining. As you can see, Newmont Mining needed to gap up above, or needed to move above the high from December 12th. It did that this morning when it gapped to the upside to trigger and complete now will be a TD9 count top. Now, what Newmont Mining should do, at least the daily time frame is telling us, it should pull back to its oscillator and change line around 99.70 or so. On a weekly time frame chart, a bearish reversal candle at week's end would confirm a top. Other than that, price wants to rally further, trade above its oscillator and change line, as well as profile resistance. The monthly time frame will go ahead and complete a TD9 count top come the end of the month. Now that suggests a retracement all the way back to 73 bucks. I'm not in that camp because there's a lot of things that would have to take place before that would unfold out there. But here's the thing. So I believe Newmont Mining, I didn't look it up. Maybe somebody that then can look it up for me. I believe Newmont Mining is the number one weighted stock with inside the GDX. If we go take a look at the GDX, though, we're not going to see this signal. I went ahead and put this up here. I was kind of curious myself. So we take a look at the GDX on a daily time frame. You'll see there's no topping signal out here. There's A to B equals CD patterns to the upside. Bearish reversal candles would go ahead and confirm a top. That letter, that wave number 7 signal, that's not really a valid topping pattern. We're really only in letter wave number 4 to the upside out here. So the GDX, in fact, the GDX on a daily basis had a swing point that was passed that had 39 million shares. It was passed with 29, 26, 18, 24. So still doesn't matter. It doesn't. Well, what's today's volume? Good question. 9 million shares, a little less than 2 hours of trading, about 27. So you got similar type volume if it were to keep up at that swing point. Does that matter? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I don't know if it matters to you. Weekly time frame. It's also in bullish breakout mode. Needs a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top there. But the monthly is going to complete a TD9 count top at the end of the month out there. So the GDX is not supporting what we just took a look at inside of Hecla. Again, it's so important to understand. I didn't get that. Nobody looked that up for me. That's okay. Let me see here. GDX weightings. We can do, I can get that probably on Yahoo be the easiest. Let's see here. So I'm just kind of curious. Yahoo shows the GDX weightings should be here. Where's the holdings? Here we go. So the number one holding inside of the GDX is, it's not Newmont Mining. It's AEM. We'll take a look at AEM. So Newmont Mining is number 2, 6.7%. You've got Agnico Eagle. Yeah, AEM. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this up. I should be able to. AEM, it's on the U.S. exchange. Just want to see what that is doing with the number one stock here. We're going to try to do that. Hey, that keyboard issue we had on Friday, all it needed was just a complete full system reboot, which I can't do during the show when I go dead like that. I can. It's just going to take about 5 minutes or so to update. Now, we take a look at Newmont Mining. Newmont Mining gapped up and is trading into its swing point that's got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top from October 16th. That swing point has volume of 3.5 million shares. So far today, we are up with 1.1 million shares. So a similar volume look to it, which would suggest that high would be tested out there. The high being 187.85, but it does have a top that is in place on a daily time frame out there. So we'll pay attention, most importantly, to Newmont Mining tomorrow, and see if that begins to pull back out there. Let's take a look at, what do you want to do? It's really just the open of the show, right? Or do we do the first break, 11:13? Yeah, just the open of the show. Let's take a quick peek here at the New York Stock Exchange. It's Advanced Client Oscillator out there. So first, if you're wondering, speaking about the New York Stock Exchange, and the spot VIX charts out there. If you look at that spot VIX index on Friday, you had a one-day rate of change below minus 10%. I believe it was 10.67 or 11.67, somewhere around there. Anything that is less than below minus 10% triggers an initiation to higher price signal. That's what we got on Friday. My assumption is if you take a look at all the prior signals out there, if you're a newsletter subscriber, you see that chart, we get back to its highs out there. So consider that we are in the favorable seasonal cycle time frame. Let's go ahead and pull this over here. That's gold. We'll come back to, we'll come back to gold. Let's put up the S&P 500, see where we're at. Let's put this, we can put this on multiple different time frames. Here's a 25-year time frame. This suggests that we rally up into Christmas, and then we just pull back a bit. That's over a 25-year period, over a 97-year period. It says, I don't know what the Sam heck you're talking about. I want to just rally right into the end of the year out there. You can see here on this chart over 97 years, the S&P 500 typically rallies into about January the 6th out there. So it's very possible that we are in that cycle as well, especially having gotten that signal that we did on Friday. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's take a look at the equity future contracts out here. The ES Mini still has a TD9 count top. This is the one that formed back on October the 29th out there. But if we move forward to where we're at right now, we can see that prices trade above the top of its daily profile at 69.23, also above its green oscillator and change line. Day number 3 to the upside out there. If we close above 69.23, odds favor we at least get day number 4. The same is true for the NQ. It is traded above the top of its daily profile, 25.629. Its oscillator and change line as well, so it should continue to move higher. The Dow Equity Future contract is traded above its green oscillator and change line, above profile resistance. It wants to trade higher. The Russell 2000 trade above its green oscillator and change line with inside its daily profile, clearing the center of that at 25.74. It wants to go target its TD9 count top or the top of the profile, 26.0460 out there. So all 4 of those charts basically are bullish, suggest that we should get a further rally. Again, today being day number 3, you typically get a 3 to 4 bar move and then maybe a 1 to 2 bar pullback out there. So, but at this stage here, things are looking pretty hunky-dory out there for the equity future contracts. Let's take a look at the cash indices out here. Just spend a moment. I would say by now that we should be above at least Friday's high for all of the daily cash indices. But let's go check it out. We are for the Dow. We are for the S&P 500. We are for the NDX, the Russell. We are for the SOX, the transports, the NASDAQ Composite, and in New York Stock Exchange. All things here, we see a series of higher lows out there as well as higher highs. So the bullish trend is back in place out there, likely to last, at least through Christmas. We saw in the 25-year chart panel, the 97-year, all the way through the end of the year. Nothing else that I see to report here. So we'll go ahead and close those charts down just to free up a little bit of space. And I think we will go over and just start looking at requests. We don't have many, so if you would like me to take a look at something, please go ahead and send me an email. Do it now, steve@tfnn.com. Please put radio show question inside that heading out there. The first request coming in from LB wants to take a look at 2 positions out here. The first one is HYMC. HYMC having a stellar day, a stellar week, a stellar month, a stellar life. Now, this month is going to complete a TD9 count top out there, LB. So I know you are long. It just says just be aware, be careful. What you'd really be looking for is whatever the high is for the end of the month as that price starts trading above that, because then you got the potential of a negated TD9 count top, which is exactly what we have for the weekly time frame chart. So unless there is some ginormous sell-off, hard to see that. But, of course, it's always hard to see. There's nothing that we can see out here that would suggest that we do that. I do see a wave number 7, and it looks like that is a accurate signal, but that needs a lower high to confirm that top. And now we get to the daily. You're in bar number 8. Now you want to add to your position. So the daily, because we're in bar number 8 and we've gapped up here, you could get a TD9 count top between today and Wednesday out there. Because you're already long this, why don't you wait to see if we get some type of daily TD9 count top? We do have that wave number 7 on the weekly, so a retracement, maybe in order. It could be just a 2 to 3 bar retracement. That's what you're looking for as far as adding is concerned. If the TD9 count top really took hold out here, then you could pull back all the way back to the $16 level near $25. So not a likely outcome out here, LB. But I think on this one, HYMC, you've got to wait at least a few days, maybe till next week before, but keep me posted on this. We're happy to continue to look at that. Let's go to your next request, see if we've got a little bit better setup here, and that is for ticker symbol TMC out here. So we take a look at TMC. What it's trying to do is trading into its bearish structured sell zone out there, and that is between 758 and 795. It's also trading into its TD9 count top. That swing point, by the way, is December the 8th. That has volume of 9.8 million shares. Friday, we closed inside it with 10 million shares. Closing inside a swing point with volume says you go test the high. That high is at 814. So far this morning's high, 814. 3.4 million shares. So still pretty decent volume. Again, that swing point's got 9.8, but a little bit lighter than that 10 million share day out there. So just a consolidation for the metals company in between its profiles. Lee, if you did close above its TD9 count top, that high again, if I didn't give it to you, is 814. That will trigger an A to B equals CD pattern. Whether it's with volume or not, it's another story. But then maybe if you're looking to add to your position, then maybe you do that. If that doesn't happen, now, maybe what we're looking at here is a 2-day pullback, 2 to 3 day pullback, with price maybe trying to get down to the 722 level out there. But maybe in a 2-day pullback, you add a few shares, something along those lines. I don't see the weekly chart. It's just simply a consolidation with inside its profile. Does have that Rhodes momentum indicator top. Price pulled back. It's now got a bullish profile. Well, if at the end of the week price closed above 739, Lee, TMC will give you a weekly bullish profile change in trend. That's a beautiful thing. And lastly, the monthly chart, which has has nothing. Yeah, I don't think it's got to sell the D point top, but Stevie should just measure it. So let's go ahead and do the work. But it visually does not look like that. Yeah, no, it has not completed that pattern. So there's an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside out here. We're trading about profile resistance, green oscillator and change line. So monthly looks good. Weekly looks pretty good. Daily, again, likely just a retracement here. So best of luck to you on that trade for TWC, as well as, or TMC, not TWC, TMC. The Sharky inside the Tiger's Den has got a hankering for VGZ out here. So let's go take a look at Vista Gold. See where this is headed to. Trade right now at $2.30. It's above its oscillator change line. It's above its profile. Says to me it wants to head higher. Now it's trading into a swing point from back on December the 12th. 3.4 million shares traded that day. We're up with 1.5 million shares. So if we close the day inside that swing point, that means above 229, we ought to get to 246. What's the high of this one? Also 246. That's a swing point from October 8th. Volume there about 4 million shares as well. Daily says we get up to those highs. Weekly says we get up back to 246, the top of its profile. There's also a TD9 count top at 246. If price closed above that, you'd be back off to the races. Finally, the monthly time frame chart for BGZ completes a TD9 count top as we speak. This will complete that at the end of the month out there. So the daily's got to sell the D point top that's under attack. The weekly's got a TD9 count top that's under attack, and the monthly is completing a TD9 count top. So that's what's going on, Sharky, with regard to VGZ. Pan American Silver PAAS is the next request from Sharky. That is trading out at 53.72. So, a Pan American Silver on its daily time frame, we see no topping pattern whatsoever. But we do know that silver is going to go ahead and complete a TD9 count top. So it'd be hard to believe that Pan American Silver won't pull back if, but maybe it won't if silver pulls back out there. So, but the daily time frame says I want to head higher. The weekly time frame says I want to head higher. The monthly time frame says I want to head higher. I certainly believe long term it wants to head higher out there. The question just simply becomes what's going on with regard to silver from a daily standpoint. With regard to A to B equals CD patterns out here, if I go take a look at the longer term time frame, yeah, we can put one in there, but it's not like it's a gigantic gargantuan one or anything. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day, Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. Everybody got their Christmas shopping done? Stevie does not, but we'll get that finished here at the end of the day. Kind of a bittersweet weekend for me. For those of you that are golfers, actually, so the bittersweet part was Matt and Cameron Kuchar winning the parent-child tournament. I don't know what they actually call that, PNC anymore. What made it bittersweet is that when I started playing golf back in the early 80s, the club that I joined, Matt's father was a member, and Peter and I became good friends. Actually, we played a number of tournaments together. We played in the weekend, the men's group on Saturdays and Sundays, and actually he's an amazing tennis player, pretty good golfer as well, and actually influenced my golf game. When I started, I was terrible, and so I always played with better players out there, tried to play with better players out there. So the number of pros at the club, and it was always a wonderful thing. So bittersweet there. Nice to see Gary Woodland and his father out. So this was Gary's first time there, which was wonderful. And they made a bunch of great shots. So he's a neighbor. He's just a couple doors down. I'm sure they'll be here for Christmas. And so kind of bittersweet out there. Good football. That Lions game, that made it kind of a bittersweet for, I'm a Detroit Lions fan, and I think pretty much they're out of it. I think Green Bay has to lose their remaining games, and Detroit has to win their remaining games in order to maybe get in. I doubt that that's going to happen. In any event, you didn't really come to hear Stevie whine about sports. You wanted to see what's going on in the sport of trading. So let's go take a look at CRWV. This is for Dunk and Steve inside the Tigers Den. Dunk, this is going after its TD9 count top that had formed a couple of weeks ago, back on the trading day of December the 9th out there. That's got a volume of 34 million shares. So far today, we're in it with 14 million. So you're in that swing point with volume. That would suggest to both you and I that price should go target its high at 91.22. If it negates that by closing above that, you've got resistance also at 92.50. That's the level price would have to close above 92.50. You've got a daily Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. That's nice. On a weekly time frame chart, we really don't have anything here to assist us, nor do we on the monthly. So we'll just use the daily to really make our decisions about what CoreWave is doing out there. I do believe we've got more data when it comes to plug. That's Steve-O's second request out there. When we take a look at plug, it is just simply consolidating sideways, but above profile resistance as well as its oscillator and change line. So nothing bearish there. It's the weekly time frame that is really holding plug up. And what is it that is holding it up? It's that green oscillator and change line at $2.37. That is the number that price needs to close above. Now, it won't be 237 when it gets back up there. Maybe it's 240, maybe it's 241, 239, somewhere right around that range. But if price closes above that, because that oscillator and change line is green, and because we're still trading above resistance levels on the daily, we should, and the monthly, we should be off to the races. So with regard to plug, there's only one thing that's holding you back. It's not the monthly profile level. It's not the daily profile level. It's not the weekly profile level. It's the weekly oscillator unchanged line. So I hope that helps you out, Dunk. Thanks so much for your request out there. We've got Greg who wants to take a toast, TOST out here. Let's go see what that is doing. TOST right now, trade out at $37.26. Looks like it's forming an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. The swing point was back on December 4th, and the volume there was 11.9 million shares. So far today, we are at 1.4 million shares. So you're going to get an ABCD pair, looks like, to the upside. Most definitely not confirmed with volume out there. Does it have to be confirmed with volume in order to be an A to B equals CD pattern? And that's not a trick question, and the answer to that is no, it does not. We just simply take the patterns the way they come. So in this case here, what we can see is that this was a bullish structured profile, slightly bullish structured. So if it's only a counter trend move for toast, Greg, price will find resistance between where it's trading right now at about 37.16 all the way up to 38.01. you're going to get A to B equals CD pattern. It gets you up to the top of its profile. Therefore, if price is able to close above 38.01, you should get up to 39.16. The weekly time frame is not holding you back. It would only hold you back as it approaches 38.97, the top of its weekly profile. Price is traded above its red oscillator and change line. The monthly time frame says you've got resistance at about 38.22. So 38.01 happens to be the center of that profile. I would say that TOST, Greg, that's where that is headed to. You also wanted to see what's going on with Moderna, mRNA. Let's go ahead and pull that chart up on our screen out here. Been a while since we've taken a look at it. What is she doing? Well, she's having a nice rally out there. So on a daily time frame, this negated a TD9 count top on Friday. This suggested it moves to the upside. Now, where is the upside on this? Whoops. At this moment in time, the next resistance level, not so much the upside, but the next resistance level, maybe the upside, 38.61. So you've got, let's open up, what do we want to open? There's no A to B equals CD patterns I'm going to find. Let me just open up this weekly chart. Yeah, nothing. So the weekly's got resistance here at 28.94. So I thought it was just the monthly, but 28.94 on the weekly. And you've got monthly resistance. That's where price is headed to. But strong like bull over the last, really ever since it about December the 2nd, mRNA. So, Greg, you also know that was all of your requests out there. And thank you for sending those in. I really appreciate that. We had a request from Dan inside the Tiger's Den. I kind of had overlooked that, not intentionally. But let's go get that up on our screen, and that is for ticker symbol AQSD. AQSD has an FDA decision due on Anilim, sublingual EPI pen alternative. Think Listerine strips within 30 days. Oh, cool. Chart looks pretty primed to pop in your opinion. So, AQST. Right now, just consolidating, Dan, with inside its daily profile. You've got a buy zone between 537 and 554, and you've got resistance at 603. This did form a TD9 count bottom pattern. It did that way back here on November 14th. That turned into a sell the D point that was confirmed on December the 9th. Price forms an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. It's waiting for a bullish reversal candle. Turns out that today is a key reversal bar. So the daily time frame for AQST is giving you a buy the D point bottom pattern. It looks like it's going to do that at day's end. Then that says we should rally up towards 603. If price can clear 603, you'll be above its red oscillator and change line. Maybe it might actually turn back to green, but you'll also be above the top of its profile. So Dan, AQST in that instance should target 665. The weekly time frame chart is trading with inside a bullish structured profile. It ought to go target 727, but it's got a meeting with that oscillator and change line at around 634. And then if we take a look at the monthly time frame chart out here, the monthly time frame chart has an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. Let's go ahead and draw this in. So it forms a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, turns into an A to B equals CD. Let's see if we can copy. This is where I ran into problems on Friday. There we go. Beauty. And because I hadn't tried that on this keyboard since then, believe it or not. And so you got an A to B equals CD. That is, in essence, completing the one-to-one price target. But because price is on the left side of that C to D leg, this is likely going to do more than a one-to-one move out there. So the monthly time frame says, hey, if you get a bearish reversal candle, you got a top. Short of that, it wants to rally further. So I hope that helps you out, Dan. With AQST, Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. I wanted to correct an error that I had reviewing the Moderna charts, MRNA charts for Greg, and it was on the weekly time frame. I want to thank Mr. Bill inside the Tiger's Den for alerting me to that. I believe what probably took place was the chart was maybe kind of like this, and simply it was missing some data. So in the case of the weekly time frame chart here, Greg, I'm sure you went totally cross-eyed when I started talking about the weekly chart. It's already traded above profile resistance, so the only resistance out here is at 38.61. That's how I began that segment. I should have just stuck with it. Price on a weekly basis traded into a swing point that's got a high of 35.59. If you close above that, that would be a nice bullish outcome. So thanks, and sorry for confusing you and everybody else out there that might have been looking at the chart. Let's say thank you to Mr. Bill for keeping us straight out there. Fletch writes in and would like to take a look at ticker symbol LC. So we take a look at LC out here. On a daily basis, it's traded above its green oscillator and change line, top of its profile, into a swing point that has volume of 4 million shares with volume that has 474,000 shares. So what we do know about this, Fletch, is price is likely to rally further, but not because of the volume aspect of it, simply because it has cleared resistance. The weekly has a Rhodes momentum indicator top that was formed last week. Price is trading into the swing point. It's traded above its profile. It's traded above its green oscillator and change line. So that signal from last week is somewhat neutralized. Now, the swing point has volume. That's the week of December 12th, 2 weeks ago. 10 million shares. So far in 2 hours of trading, 474,000 shares. So again, it's going to be light volume, I'm sure, on a weekly basis. But it is also above resistance. So Fletch, LC should continue to rally further as long as it remains above resistance. It is above resistance on the monthly time frame. The monthly time frame would trigger an A to B equals CD pattern, or will trigger that. Will it do with volume? We're looking at the month of December of 2024. We're in December of 2025. Does it top in December? That I don't know. But here, the volume on that swing point is 39 million shares. So far for the month, we are at 26 million shares. So sounds like lighter volume, but still may trigger an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. So We can summarize LC the following way. It is traded above resistance for its daily, its weekly, and its monthly time frame with light volume into prior swing points out there, but that doesn't matter as long as it stays above resistance, likely to rally further. Let's go take a look at Dan says SLS is rallying, so let's go ahead and pull that chart up, see what it's rallying into. Where did I put it? There we go. Okay. Stevie's on his game. I like it. So we take a look at SLS. It is rallying very nicely. It negated that TD9 count top a couple of days ago. Daily time frame says you're off to the races. The monthly time frame, which wants to get in on some action out here, it is traded above the top of its profile, 213. So where does this thing head to next? Let's open up that weekly chart here. Pull it back just a tad. So what do we have here? It's 1 A to B equals CD. Let's go on this one. So you've got let's go to this one. All right, the swing point that it's dealing with, 37 million shares. You're going into a 4 million shares. This is a weekly chart. So that sounds pretty good, actually, from a weekly standpoint. So there's an A to B equals CD on a weekly basis, Dan. I'm going to go ahead and put in here. So there's your A to B point, approximately. We're going to copy, paste, and assemble. Well, we were going to try to. Oh, we did. Okay. So now let's go ahead and assemble this little booger. See where that A to B equals CD pattern takes us to. Now, this is going to be approximate. As you can see, I'm not dead balls accurate on this thing. Got $3.10 is its measurement. Now, we do see a wave number 7 signal. That's going to need, on a weekly basis, a lower high to confirm that pattern. But on the weekly, it looks like you're probably getting A to B equals CD. And this one here, Dan, is showing us more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. Now, that retracement out here may also be suggesting that as well. Let's just see, what is that retracement? Top. Well, that didn't work. So clearly that is not the key, Stevie. Try this one more time out there. Yeah, just a regular 61% retracement out here, but still along that left side of that C to D leg for the weekly time frame chart. So SLS, yeah, looking good on the daily, looking good on the weekly, looking good on the monthly. This thing wants to rally more. Kudos to you. That is definitely breaking out. Thanks for posting again. No, I saw my first request, so never mind. Got it. Yeah, I did take a look at that. Okay, let me just check the email system, see if anything else has come in. LB, oh, you're welcome and Merry Christmas to you and your family. Nope. Going to be a good Christmas, that's for sure. Okay, no request out here, so let's do this. Let Stevie go back to the main. Take a look at it. Let's go back to the main screen, and let's actually do some intraday charting out here. Let's do some intraday charting. So we're going to get away from Newmont mining. We're going to get into the intraday time periods out here. And we're going to go take a look at the NQs. So let's get these things populated. Again, a daily trade above profile and oscillator change line resistance should rally further. I see no topping signal on the 5-hour time frame chart, should rally further. Nothing on the 4-hour chart, should rally further. Negate a TD9 count top. Negate a sell the D point top pattern on the 2-hour chart, but price has found support. So if that takes hold, then it's moving to the downside. The level to be watching is between 25,579 and 25,627. That was a bear structured profile on a 120-minute chart. Price been above it for more than 2 bars. If it's only a counter trend move to the downside, and price so far has tested the top of that level, that may be the extent of the move out there. 30-minute chart has got a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Price gets back and tests its profile support level at 25,684. That's a positive. Let's check out the other 30-minute time frame charts. If one's got it, do they all have that pattern? I don't know the answer to that question, but we're going to find out here momentarily. 30-minute equity future contracts, see what we've got going here. The ES is going to be in the upper left. You can see the NQ is in the upper right. And now we just need it to populate with data, and we'll be able to interpret what its message is. Do we have the same message for all 4 equity future contracts? And we're going to know here momentarily. The answer is already no. Take a look at the NQ. We just have a consolidation with inside his profile. Support at 25,066. Resistance up at the resistance up. These are the December contracts. No wonder the answer was no. We got to populate these. Sorry about that, folks. We haven't looked at the 30-minute charts here for a while, but we got to do what we got to do. So sorry that it wasn't all set for you. I like to really try to have things all set, but we'll go take a look at the March contracts out here. So I am. And then finally, Russell 2000. We're just looking to see if they all have the same kind of pattern out here. They do not. The NQ's got that Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. The ES Mini negated a TD9 count top. It's got no top that's in place out there. The Dow Equity Future contract is traded above profile, also didn't change on resistance. It does have a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. That will be negated on the 30-minute base where they close above 48,713 and no top on the Russell 2000. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
As an example, there's a 15-minute Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. It's neutral, but it closed above the high of 69.3225 negates that signal, says we continue to rally. The 30-minute time frame chart does not have a topping pattern out there. The 60-minute time frame does. So as we end the hour in another 5.5 minutes out here, we have a completed TD9 count top for the ES Mini. Let's assume we don't tick above that high, 69.3225. If price starts trading above that, that tells you this top is likely to get negated and we move higher. But caution is warranted. Why? If you look at the daily time frame, you can see we're trading a daily profile resistance. When we trade into a daily level of resistance, we start looking for intraday tops. You have one, as I say, on a 15-minute time frame. You have one on the 60-minute time frame that completes at 12 noon. You are in bar number 9 on the 240-minute chart. That bar 9 completes at 2 p.m. That says at day's end, you should get a TD9 count top for the 4-hour time frame chart. 2-hour time frame chart looks pretty good. So you got a couple of intraday tops out here. We likely rally into the close if, in fact, we start negating, for example, the 15-minute and the 60-minute top that is going to form. So right now, got less than 5 minutes to go, and as long as price, again, it looks to me like you're watching 69.3225, but just confirm that closing price of the high come at 12 noon out here. Let's put gold up on our screen. Let's go see what gold is doing if we get this chart to populate. Nice rally, most certainly a nice rally. It needs a bar number 8 today of its TD9 count. So remember, you could get a top between today and Wednesday out here. Remember, if we get a topping signal on a daily time frame, we'll look for tops on the intradays. We don't have them for the 4, 5, or 2-hour charts. We don't have it for the 60-minute chart. TD9 count top is getting ready to form as we come off the air. It will complete at 12:30 for gold. That should pull us back towards the 44.65 level. Short of that, everything looks copacetic. Hey, folks, have a marvelous Monday. I will see you tomorrow on Terrific Tuesday. That'll be the last day for the week out there. Hope you'll join us at 11 a.m. sharp, but if not, have a wonderful holiday, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.